Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is PD Proudlock, and it is the player ratings from that absolute shit show of a performance against Chelsea yesterday at Stamford Bridge. 2-0 it finished, but my word, it was absolutely pathetic out there indeed from the players. Majority of these players now are just not good enough to play for this football club. As I have also said, the manager is definitely not good enough to manage this football club. And that is why he should not be in this job anymore. He should have been gone a hell of a long time ago. But we're still persistent with this man. We are 17th in the league table. 7 points from safety. But all it could take is for Fulham to get a result against Burnley and also Sheffield United, and then they could close that gap within possibly a couple or a few points. And to me, that does sound concerning. Yes, we've been winning a couple of games since we've brought in Graham Jones as assistant. But my God, it just feels like going back to the same old rubbish. We'll win and then we'll lose. We'll win and then we'll lose. It's not good enough, man. And that is why we need to change a manager straight away. Not to mention, again, the goals were conceded. Both fullbacks at fault. Krafth for the first one. Look at the way Timo Werner absolutely spins him for that first goal. Second goal, Jamal Lewis, ball watching. What on earth are you doing? Them two were our worst players yesterday. Both at fault for the goals. Jamal Lascelles, who is our captain of this football club, soon as we go a goal down, has his head down. Where's the instructions from him to also the players as well? That is not a captain of this football club. That is not worthy of being a captain of this football club, I meant. My word. Deary me. Couple of players did try, but the rest of them, majority of them, were absolutely abysmal. So here we are then. I'm going to get into the player ratings. Start off in goal, Caldolo. Spilled the ball for the first goal. I've said it's mostly down to Krafth's fault for the way he got spun to allow Timo Werner to get that ball into the box. It wasn't bad from Caldolo, I've got to say. So I'm going to give him a 5. Going to go into the back 4. Into the right back spot, EMIL KRAFTH. Absolute shocking performance. Absolute shit show of a performance. He is not good enough to play for this football club now. Now, I think possibly selling DeAndre Yedlin now looks like it's definitely come back to bite in the backside now. Awful performance. The way he got outspun by Werner was absolutely embarrassing. My word, shocking. Not good enough for this football club, as I mentioned. He gets a 0. Into the left back spot, and that was Jamal Lewis. And again, absolutely shocking as well. Abysmal, embarrassing. Ball watching for the second goal. I'm just praying that was an off performance. Or a one-off performance from him. Because he has started to look pretty decent lately. So I'm just praying we can see him back to his best in the next game. But as I mentioned, ball watching for the second goal, and some of his clearances were all over the place. So he gets a 0 as well. Gonna go into the centre-backs. First of all, the captain, Jamal Lascelles. Absolutely atrocious as well. That is not being a captain out there on that football pitch. Okay, the first tackle he did, good tackle, to stop Tammy Abraham getting a shot, which made him have to go off injured. But, see, abysmal throughout the rest of the game. Not a captain of this football club. Someone like Isaac Hayden should be getting that captain's armband. Not Lascelles, and certainly not Shelvey as well, which I'll get onto when I get into him as well. Jamal Lascelles, because he put that tackle in, I'll give him a 1. Alongside him, and that was Kieran Clark. Not great, I've got to say. I thought he was the better out the lot, but no, again, just not as good, unfortunately. I mean, some of his long balls, we're just not finding anyone a lot of the time. So I'm going to give him a 4. Into the centre midfield roles. First of all, Jonjo Shelvey. I'm sorry, but he is finished at this football club. He is. Yes, he had that free kick, okay. But how way, man. The performances have been lazy the past few games. This is not the Shelvey I've been seeing for what I have been seeing. I think it's time we look to move him on in the summer now. He's been a great servant, but I think his time has to come to an end at the football club. Hasn't got the legs anymore, unfortunately. I'll give him a 2. Next player, and that was Isaac Hayden. I did think that was a great performance from him as well. That was one of his off games as well, I've got to say. Being dispossessed, some of his passing was off. So, yeah. So I'm going to give Hayden a 4. Next position in the centre midfield role, and that was Joe Willock. I thought he was one of our better players. He had that chance through a header. But hopefully there is definitely more to come from this lad. I thought he is still learning. There is still room for improvements there for him. So it wasn't too bad. He was one of our better players. So I'm going to give him a 5. Into the attacking areas now. First of all, on the left-hand side, that was ASM. First half, he was atrocious. He was atrocious in that first half. Second half, did a little bit better, but it just wasn't as good. But again, taking him off as well and replacing him for Fraser, when you want to see them two play together on the wings. I wonder if Steve Bruce is actually allergic to something just that is making him stop him from doing that. But because he was atrocious in the first half and a little bit better in the second half, I'm going to give him a 3 actually. Into the number 10 role, and that was Miggy. And again, another one that was trying as well, definitely. I know he had a chance in the second half, which he absolutely blazed off target. But again, he was trying out there as well. So, because he was trying, I'm going to give him a 5. And up front as the striker, or was he playing up front? Because most of all, he was playing out wide a lot of the time, and that was Dwight Gale. And he was absolutely anonymous in that game. Had to be taken off as well, thoroughly rightly so. But again, it was the wrong substitution. Definitely. So, yeah, I said I went with Gale to see what he can do throughout the rest of the season since Callum Wilson's out injured. But he was absolutely anonymous. He was pretty invisible, nowhere to be seen a lot of the time into the game. I'm going to give Dwight Gale a 2. Going to go into the substitutions now. These were absolutely baffling and questionable as well. Starting off with Joe Linton. Offered absolutely nothing once again. What does this lad offer to the side? I don't care if he costs £40 million. Shit. Not good enough. Offers feck all. He gets a 2 from me. Next substitution, and that was Ryan Fraser. Tried, I would say, when he came on. Was getting balls in the box. Was getting forward. But again, why didn't he play him on the wings along with ASM? Oh, hey, man. But because I thought he was trying Fraser when he came on, I'll give him a 5. Last substitution was Andy Carroll. What's he going to do with a lot of that time remaining left? Not a lot. Definitely not a lot at all. And again, should not have been Joe Willock taken off. Should have been Shelvey. Because he didn't do a lot as well. Carroll, I'm probably not going to mark him because of also the time he came on with. But if I do, it'll probably just be a 5 as well. Now on to Steve Bruce. And guess what you're getting again, pal? A 0. Yes, a 0 again. Yes, I thought the lineup was actually decent. But where's the motivation? Where is the motivation from the players? Why are you standing out on that touchline once again, hands in your pockets with that look? I can see it. You do not care at all. If you don't care, please, you know where the door is. So that is why you get the 0, and the substitutions were wrong as well. So that is why I'm giving him you a 0 again. So that is me player ratings from yesterday's game against Chelsea. As I'm still annoyed because of the effort that was down there, and that was very little, or you could say pretty much 0 effort a lot throughout the game. So let me know as always, do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? If you were to change, let me know, and always and why. Thank you for watching. Of course, don't forget to give this video a like. Please comment there as well. And if you haven't checked me out before, please do hit that subscribe button. As I mentioned, I am less than halfway to getting to 1,000 subscribers now. And if you do hit that subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate it very much as well. And I shall catch us all later. Take care. What did you make of that performance yesterday? Honestly, that was pathetic.